Merry Christmas, everybody. So, of course, I made a mistake right out of the gate. I didn't add myself to the stream, but here I am. So, Merry Christmas, Christmas Eve special. Not going to be on long, just coming on to say Merry Christmas to everybody. I did want to give a little flick dick investigation, though, of blast I had the other night on the 22nd, which coincidentally, by no coincidence, I mean that when I say that, I was kind of being facetious. I don't believe in coincidences. So, oh, by the way, don't you like my Fragile mug? Check that out. Yeah. Oh, see, it's got the, look at there. See, there's the lamp leg and everything. I had to bring out the Christmas mugs for the Christmas specials. But Snoop Dogg's Holiday Blaze was on the 22nd, which was also the 60-day anniversary of my son's passing, Skylar. So, needless to say, it felt like I was supposed to be there. I sat in seat number 22 in the year 22, and my son died at 22. And y'all know all the other 22s, or at least if you haven't, go back and watch some of the episodes because they're there. So, the show. Oh, first of all, it was a blast. Show started at 7 and did not end until 11:30. Number one, there was a total of 5 acts. The one I'm trying to remember, there was some dude from Georgia. No offense, I really didn't get into him because I don't like country rap. Like, that just isn't my thing. It just sounds like an oxymoron. And this guy looked like an ox and acted like a moron. But my point is this: no offense to him, it's not my cup of tea, right? But then after him, there was the Yin Yang Twins, which was awesome. They put on a hell of a performance. And they obviously each, I'm sure you guys have been to shows, so each act progressively got a little longer than the previous act, right? So they were on longer. I think the dude was Sebastian. I'm still trying to remember that guy's name. That's how unimpressionable his act was to me. Let's put it that way. But the Yin Yang Twins, they were good. They put on a hell of a show. They got the place hopping. And then after them came on Warren G, which you can imagine was an absolute blast. Warren G never disappoints. Not that I can tell anyway. As a matter of fact, it was great because every single group, I'm trying to think, except for the first guy, but pretty much Yin Yang Twins, Warren G, T-Pain, and Snoop, that's who all was there. Every time they did some of the most popular songs, or almost every song, there would be a point, like some part of the hook or whatever that they would let the crowd sing. And I always like that. They really, the whole show really was all about crowd interaction. In between sets and even before the show went live, there was a stand-up, which I like. Not everybody does that. But that was enjoyable because he was interacting. There was a DJ with him. So it was like a party in between sets. I grew up going to rock and roll shows, man. They did not do that shit. The lights would come on. It would get fucking really lame. You go piss, do whatever, try to do some drugs somewhere. That's what you did in between sets, you know. Here it was just a nonstop party. And you know, many times too, I'm sure a lot of people know what I'm talking about. The music between sets, whatever they're playing, is like half the volume of the show. I fucking missed the very beginning of Yin Yang Twins because I honestly couldn't tell the difference in volume between when the DJ quit DJing and the comedian quit yapping and the twins went on. So we missed like the first, I think, song and a half of them because I honestly thought it was still the fucking in between show because the volume was the same. I was impressed with that too. Like it was just a blast and it was noisy and it was a party and it was nonstop fun from beginning to end. I will say this. I contemplated taking shrooms. Skylar loved mushrooms and I don't regret not taking them because I'm pretty sure that I would have not had as a good of time because I would have gotten too much in here. You know, the hallucinogenics, they're nice, but they also enable us to go into dark places a lot easier. So I didn't want to tempt that. And I'll say I was happy about it. It was also cold as fucking balls. So the night that we went was the coldest day that I have the day of the show was the coldest day since I have been in Colorado. Coldest fucking day without a doubt. It was -9. And that was warmer than where we actually live, funny enough, because we live about 30 minutes north of where the show was. But it was -9. And sure enough, there was a lot of people that didn't make it. I would say ultimately there was probably about, honestly, I want to say at least 2 or 3 seats out of every 11, you know. No, I'm sorry. Nonetheless, about 15-20% probably didn't show up or didn't make it. It was bad weather. It was icy, ridiculous conditions. And some people couldn't even get there guaranteed. And some people just said, fuck it. Because funny enough, we'd sit there. We were all getting high as fuck. The artists, the whole show, everybody was getting high as hell. But you had to go outside to have a fucking cigarette. And I remember thinking, wow, that is really, really odd that I can literally blow a puff of smoke in somebody's face of this. They don't get mad, but if I were to dare put a puff of cigarette smoke into that same face, I'd probably get arrested or into some physical altercation. So, but the crowd was good. It was a nice, it was a 100% mixed crowd. There was so many people from every diversity, every sexuality. It was awesome. T-Pain came on after Warren G, and that really started getting it going. He played a good long time. I would say he was probably about 45 minutes to an hour. He wasn't, I guess technically maybe he could be considered co-headliner, but just based on the fan numbers, it's pretty much Snoop, and Snoop played for almost 90 minutes. These joints lately have been getting really cloggy on me. But I want to talk about Snoop for a second. That was, I cannot describe to you, because when you go to a show for somebody like Snoop, this guy's been playing music since 92, right? Like literally 92. You go, and again, this is based on not, because I grew up going to a lot of rock and roll and alt rock shows and festivals, right? And festivals, doesn't matter who's there, they're just run a different way. Everybody has their time except for the headliner, right? And festivals also usually have people that have only done like maybe 3 or 4 albums, generally speaking. Not always. There's obviously festivals of classic rock, but my point is Snoop is somebody that has, fuck, dude. I don't even know. I'm going to guess that he's got probably 15, 16 albums out. Maybe more than that when you include all his underground. And if you include all the times he's been featured on a fucking album, if you take all those songs up, that's another 20 albums worth, probably more music there than he's recorded on his own, man. He has done so many guest spots. It's ridiculous. And kudos, I mean it. But when you go to a show like that, you're like, okay, I'll be happy if I see like two of my all-time favorites, right? And you know, the thought would be, you know, if I hear three or four of the ones that I'd love to hear, then you know, that's just an incredible show. Snoop fucking outdid that. I mean, it was like he even played Lay Low. Like he went back, he played Lottie Dottie, he played fucking What's My Name. I mean, dude, so many great hits. He also did hits that he also sang hits with that he did with Dre. He sang hits that he did with Tupac. He also gave incredible shout outs. At one point, I thought he was going to catch tears when he was talking about Tupac. Just, you know, he sounded like he was getting a little choked up, and why not? I thought it was incredible because you're talking about, you know, literally, when did Tupac die? I can't even remember now. It was a while ago, but I don't know that it's quite been 30 years, but still, we're talking about, let's say 25 years or more. And it sounded like he just lost it, you know, and Nate Dogg, fucking, Easy, Biggie Smalls, so many. Like there were so many RIPs and shout outs to Fallen, you know, and how he missed them. I thought it was incredible. It was nice because if you remember, I went to go see the 25th anniversary of South Park, and it was refreshing to see that these promoters did not get a chance to ruin the show, or the artist made sure that didn't happen, you know. And their merch, like Snoop is always one. Don't get me wrong, if I could have done it, I would have done it because he was selling VIP stuff and experiences, you know, meeting him, hanging out, all that kind of stuff for a very reasonable amount of money. And he was just doing it all the time. Like I mean, he's just such a fucking cool dude. I will not deny that I think he's one of the coolest guys in the entertainment industry because he feels real. I never hear anybody saying, yes, Snoop's a fucking dick and that's a big show. You know what I mean? I don't hear that. I just hear how fucking cool he is, and he continues to be cool. And clearly, Martha Stewart has the hots for him. And he has the hots for her. To digress a little bit, I will say T-Pain put on a great fucking show. The lights, the videos, they had like 4 screens. They had this whole holiday, you know, fireplace set up with a screen in it that was part of the theme, right? Because it's a holiday tour. And what was badass, you can't ask for any better. We're in Colorado. It's called the Holiday Blaze Tour, and we were the last show because it's the 22nd. They're all talking about, like, you know, this is the final show. They all go home for Christmas. This is the end of this tour. It was just really cool because it just was one hell of a party from beginning to end. And it really felt like they let it all out that night. Like whatever they had left in the tank, they spent it all that night because they knew, you know, there was no tomorrow. They didn't have to worry about being rested. All they had to worry about was getting through the night. Then it's sleep, go home, open gifts, and be with the kids, you know, be with the family. Because I promise you, almost all of them have kids. All these dudes are, you know, kicking it, same age as me. In fact, most of them I think are older than me. So Christmas Eve, that's not because I don't love you, but if you notice, there's a finger condom on there. Got a sliding door, like a lot of us in the backyard, to the back, and slid it, and somehow let my finger stay in just like, I mean, I fucking gouged it, and it just started going. And now it's that steady pulse. So I get to go through Christmas with this. So peace amongst worlds, Rick. That's a shout out to one of my boys who are all downstairs, by the way. And if they're watching, I love all of you guys. Thanks for being here. There's also one that I need to text tomorrow who's not with us. He's just below DC. And I know if he's watching, he knows who he is. And I'll be talking to you soon enough, buddy. So it was only supposed to be a short little hoo-ha tonight, just to say hello. I'm going to be live again tomorrow. Don't know what time. Right now, I'm just winging it when I go, trying to make sure that I hit at least 3 times a week regardless. So normally don't go on Sundays and normally don't go on holidays, but it is Christmas. And it's the first Christmas that I am without one of my oldest sons. So I feel like going live is something that he would like me to do. By the way, I will say this. His spirit and energy has just been overwhelming. The reason that his picture is gone, it's just temporary, just to let y'all know. We have it set up down so that that large picture is with us when we're opening gifts. So just didn't want you to think it'll be back. But his spirit has been with me, just fucking with me. I mean, odd things like Spotify doesn't just pause itself, and that twice did it to 2 particular songs, and did it twice. The first time I did it twice in a row, unpaused itself like 2 times right in a row, and the next time I did it 6 times in a row. And I don't believe in coincidences. As you know, he was the second born, and his name had 6 letters. So, to me, it's pretty clear and obvious. And it was also happened exactly when another son had called. So the numbers have just been lining up, and crazy, weird shit energy-wise has been happening. So I hope all of y'all have a Merry Christmas. By the way, I do want to give a shout out to the Power Twins. I don't know if they're going to see this, but I know that they are going through some hard times, and our thoughts and prayers are with you, my family, and I know that y'all's are with mine. So have a wonderful Christmas. As you guys say, Christmas. Have a wonderful Christmas, and I will be back on tomorrow, so I'll say Merry Christmas again. But I hope everybody enjoys Christmas morning, and hope everybody, if anybody's opening gifts now, which some people are going to be start doing that here in like about 25 minutes. There's a lot of people that will start doing that whole, at midnight. Enjoy it, have fun, be with the family, have a great time. I love all of y'all. I will be back on again tomorrow. Thank you for letting me interrupt your evening for just a moment. And, how do you say, I'll be back again. Peace to all of you. Where's the button? There it is. Remember this. This is about Christ's birthday, but also that means it's about all of y'all and you being reborn, because that's what his whole birth was about. It was his rebirth too, right? He died for our sins and all that stuff. If you believe in that, if that's your thing, well, then look at it this way, because my point of view is that even if you don't believe in that or that particular thing, just know that it's the day for you to be somebody different. Let that old shit go. Let all of it go. And maybe do this, because I know I've been trying to do this more and more because I'm a big Christmas freak. Try to keep the spirit of what Christmas is throughout the year. It doesn't have to be for just one day a year, Just like the way Pay It Forward became something, we can also make the spirit of Christmas become something that can last the whole year round. Yes, the gift giving and the hoopla and all that is one day, and there's specialness in that. But the spirit of, forgiveness and moving forward and being with family, that can be all the time. So I love all of you. Have a wonderful evening tonight. Have a wonderful Christmas morning. I'll see you again tomorrow sometime. Peace.
You can't have my phone number unless we running up the digits. Let me meditate. I just need a couple minutes. Tryna low ball me, my cojones to the big ass. Bitch, I get high. I ain't looking at the clock.